Hello folks, here we are, ready to go. How's everybody doing today? See, we have a couple of other people in here. Jonathan Cuff, Eric Beyer, Coin Junkie, Levels of Madness, Dennis Paulson. I got my flips ready. I've got my bag ready. I've got my name chips ready. I've got my roll ready. Everything is ready. Here's the roll we're opening. 1971 Philadelphia. Original machine wrapped roll. Bandit AG27 coin hunting. I've not checked email in the last couple of hours. I've been working on a lot of packaging. Which email address are you referring to? And I will check it when we get done here. Hey, Joe McBride. That's right. Well, Bill, here we go again. Jeff Stanley, Brian Pruitt, Fox Run Forge. I'm working on trying to get this thing pried apart here. Bear with me. Some of these things can be a real pain to deal with. Some of them can be. We got a number of different double dies in 1971 that we're going to be looking for. They're all double die obverses. There are no known double die reverses for 1971 Lincoln Cents. This roll is really giving me a headache. Very, very strange. I'm not able to get it pried open any easier than this. Okay, here we go. Now we've got a lead on it. Yeah, and it's tearing. How about that? Very, very well put together. I applaud the bank that did this. Okay, Bandit AG27 coin hunting. If your last name is Alexander, yes, I do know about your email. Got a relatively nice looking 1971 roll here. Alright. Let me. Hello, Adam. Jeff Dunn. Well, Bill, Jeff Stanley. Eric Fire, man, we got a bunch of people in here. That's for sure. 17 people watching right now. We got 10 likes. Alright, pulling out the first coin. It's going to go to Tim. This is his first coin, first roll. Oh, we're back into the Franken coins, it looks like. Yeah. Well, it was a different source that I got this roll from. It turns out these coins are not... There's something odd with the dies for 1971. A lot of them wore very strangely. Alright, let's see. Tim for coin number 1. Let's look at coin number 2, see what happened there. Okay, this one we've got the same thing. Looks like this roll pretty much mirrors the other roll that we went through a few weeks ago. The entire coin has warts. That comes from a very uneven type of die wear on the die itself. I didn't draw a name for that one, did I? Did not draw a name for number 2. Let's see who we got for number 2. It's going to be Kelly Michaud. Kelly Michaud, coin number 2. All right. We draw a name for this one. Jeff Dunn. Jeff Dunn will get coin number 3. Man, these are really bright, shiny coins. It's very, very high luster coins. But they've got this. That's just weird. It's just very weird. They're nice, bright red coins. I mean, stunningly red. They've got this very strange form of die wear on them. I'd almost call that an error coin. I may have other rolls of 71 if we maybe want to switch to a different roll. What do you guys think? Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down on switching to a different roll, or just say yes or no. We'll either finish up this roll, I've got 47 coins left, or we can take a 10-minute break. I'll find another roll and we can go back to it. To stay with this roll or to move to a new roll. So yes, if you want to. What are the yeses for so far? Adam, what was your yes for? I can't remember what I said. Moving on with this roll. Adam with a new roll. Okay, just say new roll or old roll, and I'll take a vote. Adam and Eric want a new roll. Brian Pruitt appears it wants a new roll. Brian Pruitt wants a new roll. Okay. Adam, Eric, Brian, all for a new roll. What about you, Jeff? Wild Bill, new roll, new roll. Okay. Well, everybody's voting new roll. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dump these 3 coins out that I've already started here. And this roll will end up going in the garage or something. The coins are actually really pretty, but until you look at them under magnification. All right, so I've got my 3 flips back. Let me scoop this up, put it into a tube. Let's take a 5-minute break. It's 8 minutes after, 9 minutes after now. 9 minutes after. I'll start back at 13 minutes, or 15 minutes after the hour. 15 minutes after the hour, we'll get started again. Let me pull these names out of here. We'll just start over as if we hadn't done anything. And I will go get an original roll out of the stockroom for 1971 Philadelphia. And we will start this all over again. I'll be back 15 minutes after. Alright, so I found a new roll. This is an old 1971 Philadelphia roll. It's a tubed roll. It's been around for a long time though. Jeff, are you talking about the coins in this roll? It wasn't about the coins, it was about the die. It was the die that had the issue, not the coins. Hey, Farm Dog. We decided to switch over to a new roll. So we have a different roll here. This is a new 1971 roll. We'll have to see what we end up with out of this one. I can't start for another 2 minutes because I wait for everybody to come back. Had to take a little bit of a break to get this all under control. But we have a 1971 roll again. I don't have any more original bank wrap rolls. So the one I got was a tubed roll. It's a good tubed roll. There shouldn't be anything wrong with it. Alright, let's see here. Let's go ahead and get started again. Starting all over. New draw. And coin number 1 for Joe McBride. Coin number 1 for Joe McBride in this roll. Let's see what we have. Much cleaner looking coins. And we have nothing on this particular coin. So that's coin number 1 in the roll. Joe, are you around? Even got a little bit of toning on this one. Alright, Joe gets coin number 1. Now, coin number 2. Coin number 2 go to Jeff Dunn. Jeff Dunn, coin number 2. A nice little rim cuts going on there. Nothing else of any special circumstance here. Let's take a look at the reverse. Don't expect to find anything on the reverse of 1971 Philadelphia Lincoln since there just hasn't been anything reported. Now this is for doubling. I'm talking about that. I'm not talking about errors. There's errors on every issue. Or at least the chance for errors on every issue. Alright, that's coin number 2 for Jeff Dunn. And Wild Bill gets coin number 3. Coin number 3 to Wild Bill. Nothing here so far. All this stuff is just as much a mystery to you guys as it is to me. I've never been through this roll, never seen anything of this roll. I've obviously looked at the top of the tube to be able to put it in the right box, but that's as far as I've gone. Here's coin number 4, Kelly Michaud. Kelly Michaud for coin number 4. This one's a nice earlier dice date coin. But we have no hub doubling on this one. Let's take a look at the reverse. Very nice earlier dice date. Nice sharp design. but no double die again. That's coin number 4 for Kelly Michaud. Coin number 5 will go to Paul Hampton. Coin number 5 is Paul Hampton's. I was looking for maybe some doubling, but just didn't see anything. Thought if I slowed down a little bit, I'd make it happen, right? Oh, there's a piece of a tube. That's coin number 5 for Paul Hampton. Coin number 6 now. Eric Beyer. Eric, this one's for you. Hello, Steve. Nope, still nothing. Still a roll with no big desirable varieties or errors yet. That's coin number 6. Let's do coin number 7. This one goes to Farm Dog. Doesn't look like we have anything on this one either. And now for coin number 8. Coin number 8 will go to Jim Fletcher. Let's see what Mr. Fletcher gets. Another nice earlier die state coin. It doesn't appear to have any hub doubling on it though. And we got nothing there. That's coin number 8 now. Moving on to coin number 9. Come on, people. I want to find some goodies. Looking for the goodies. This one go to Farm Dog. We are coin number 9 in a new roll that we opened up. This one has toned down a little bit for color. Looked nice and red on the sides, but I'm noticing the coins are toned down just a little bit. And we have not yet found any die varieties in this roll. They are rather scarce. We'd be talking about double dies. Double dies are usually a little difficult to come by. You can go through 100 rolls and not find a double die. Or you can find one the first roll you open. Jim Fletcher. I bought a roll at a show in St. Louis in 2007. And I bought the roll for I think $1.50, which was cheap at the time, because even then they were $5 a roll. And I figured, I'll use them to build memorial sets or something. Opened up the roll and there were 12 double dies inside. They weren't the big one, but they were still, $10, $20 coins. You need to get more sun. Well, you know that Governor DeSantis opened the beaches, right? You could go to the beach. This one has turned more brownish. It's more brown than red at this point. Nice little wood grain appearance on the reverse. That's kind of cute. Midnight Silver Run just looking for a nice coin for his album. Well, if I don't get you one in here, I'll make sure you get one. These coins look rather decent. Some of them just aren't as red as others. See, this one's nice and bright red. There's no hub doubling here yet. You open the beaches up just for jogging and surfing, and that sounds like a lot of work. Just tell them you're on your cool-down lap. Just go out for a walk, and anybody stops you and says, "Why aren't you jogging or running?" I said, "Well, I just did 6 miles. I'm on my cool-down now." Why don't you MYO beeswax? Go move on and find somebody else to pester. Lester. Cannot lay out on the beach. Now that just sounds stupid. But whatever. I have lost a lot of respect for Ron DeSantis over the last couple of weeks. Jeff Stanley, coin number 14. Oh, do we have ourselves a minor double die here? No. Thought for a minute we did. As I was looking at this, I saw that the U looked like it was split. But it's actually just figment of my imagination. I have a rather wild imagination sometimes. Like just last night, I imagined we had a government that knew how to run the country. Isn't that wild? Yeah, go fly a kite on the beach. Levels. There's all kinds of things you could do on the beach. Jeff Dunn. Gosh, not getting anywhere with this roll so far. I've got problems. I don't think I have problems. I think I'm fine. Dreaming about governments. Well, I didn't say I was dreaming about it. I was just thinking about it last night. Wild thought, you know, entered my mind. Thomas. First coin, first roll for Thomas. Tom. Gets a normal obverse. Let's take a look at the reverse and see what happened on Tom's first coin. Unfortunately, Tom, that first coin of yours is a normal coin. We used to have a guy who would work with us. His name was Thomas. Midnight Silver Run. Does he get a nice red coin? Well, the reverse is nice and red. The obverse is nice and red. Looks like a good coin for your album, brother. This one, up close, it doesn't look as good as it will look in the album. It's actually a decent red coin. I like it anyway. Yeah, it's a decent coin. Well, there you go, Midnight Silver Run. Eric Beyer. Well, Bill, what do they need to balance a checkbook for when they can just print more money? What? Wait, we're running out of money? Roll the presses. We need to make more. How much would you like? Oh, let's just print another 15 trillion. I think that'll work. Well, who are we going to give it to? I don't know. Let's give it to all the biggest corporations that have a habit of wasting money to begin with. But what about all the families? Well, they'll benefit from the businesses still being open. Doesn't matter if they have a job. Yeah, I kind of said my last rites to the government years ago. Actually, a toning spot. It looks like rust running down the side of a barn, but it isn't. Well, of course they find money. They print more. They just keep printing it. You're not likely to run out of money if you have a printing press working. Just keep printing it. All right, let's see where we are now with coin number 20. And to get something out of here, Jeff Stanley, this is your chance to get lucky. Got nothing on the obverse. Well, let's take a look at the reverse. Nothing there. That's coin number 20. Coin number 21. Coin number 21 will go to Tim Crowell. Timothy Crowell. And nothing here. Let's take a look at the obverse and the reverse now. Sounded like there was a good documentary on memory loss. I don't remember what it's called. Yeah, we've got a number of countries that are in such a mortal amount of debt, they'll never pay it off. I don't know why we're so worried about debt to begin with. Debt's basically a never-ending loan. Debt is rarely, if ever, paid back. Unless you're a single family on a double income trying to make ends meet. And then your debt will always be paid back. No breaks for the little guy. Chuck Patillo. Chuck Patillo gets coin number 23. Oh, I want to run into some goodies. Palooza. Not good. Halfway through the roll, nearly. Run into nothing yet. Nostradamus prediction. I can't write in quatrains, or I would do it. I'll give you what I think the future holds. Resign yourself to very long-term debt. Borrow everything you can with a lengthy payback period, because you will probably never see the end of that period anyway. How's that? Prophetic, right? Explains why the gold standard was abandoned. Well, the gold standard was abandoned because nobody wanted to back up their cash with anything real. All right, Jeff Dunn now for coin number 25. Officially puts us halfway through the roll. Pretty safe to say this roll probably doesn't have anything in it of special note. And that's for Jeff Dunn. Coin number 26 goes to Jim Fletcher. Jim Fletcher gets coin number 26, and this is coin number 26 right here. Now over halfway through the roll. You see what looks like a whole bunch of spots and hazing and other problems on these coins, but it really isn't as bad as it looks. These coins are nice red coins for the most part. Some of them have started to turn brown, but most of them are nice and red coins. There's Mr. Fletcher's coin number 26 now for coin number 27. Coin number 27 is Eric Beyer. Yes, DDO number 1 is big. DDO number 1 is very nice. But there are also at least 3 more minor dies that are not easy to find, but they're not real hard to find either. All right, coin 28 for Joe McBride. Joe McBride gets coin number 28. I'm not seeing anything here. Let's see. Take a look at the reverse. And we still see nothing. number 29. Coin number 29 will go to Wild Bill. Let's see what coin number 29 looks like. Maybe we'll find a goodie. Nothing doing. Got nothing on the reverse. Majestic, you still awake, buddy? Wild Bill. Time for everybody to stand up, stretch, and sound off. Paul Hampton gets coin number 30 now. The most sought after memorial rolls. I'm going to figure all the ones with cherry picker varieties. That's generally true. However, 1986D is difficult. It's a very difficult year to get. So is 1997D. But other than that, generally you're going to be looking for 1969S, 1970S, 1972, 1983, 1984, and then following that you have your RPM years, 1959, 60, 61, 62, 63, and 64D. 68D tends to be pretty good because it has a major die variety on the reverse of a few of the coins. So 68D, 69S, 70S, 72. Everything from 74 to 79 is not quite as superbly spectacular as previous and post dates. There's not really a whole lot known going on for 1979, 1978. The D Mint is one of the tougher rolls to get. I think they're like $6 or $7 a roll now. 77 are pretty common. 76, 75, 74, 73. They're all pretty common. None of them are especially noted for die varieties. Thomas, coin number 32. And coin number 32 looks exactly like this. Yeah, Sissy, it's probably likely that if you do have a bunch of minor double dies, they are the master die doubling on 1972. About half of all coins made that year, or of all Lincoln cents made that year, exhibit that doubling, including the S mints, the proofs, and of course the P and D mints. Alright, that's coin number 32 for Thomas. Moving on now to coin number 33. 33. Adam Chambers. And Adam Chambers will get... Well, it's a nice red uncirculated coin, but that's about the best I can say about it. Rolls of 72p. Oh, $4 or $5 a piece, generally. But hold value, only if they're in really good shape. If they're in really good shape, they're worth hanging on to, because 72 Philadelphia, although it is pretty well known in 66 and 67, they're still worth more than double the grading fee. So you'll get something back out of them if you submit the really good ones. Wow, this thing's red. This thing's very bright, shiny red. Coin number 35 now. Oops, forgot to put Level's name in that one. Alright, Tim Crowell. Tim Crowell gets coin number 35. Guess I never really asked. It could possibly be Crowell, but I think Crowell, C-R-O-W-E-L-L, I think is Crowell. That's what it seems like to me. So if your name is anything other than Crowell, I now W. Tim Crowell. You may begin using your new name. Actually, sometime soon I'm going to have to give myself some time to go take a little drive out into the country. I've hardly been outside the house in almost 2 months now. Not that it's a bad thing. I don't mind. But getting out once in a while is actually something to do. Like I said, again, I don't have to be satiated by being outside the house. I'm fine. But it always does help when you get a little bit of an escape once in a while. That's coin number 36. Thomas. Pick on coin number 37 now. Coin number 37 for Wild Bill. Wild Bill gets coin number 37. Let's take a look at it and see what it is. Nothing on the obverse. Nothing on the reverse either. Nice clean red coin though. And it's for Wild Bill. Oh, I like getting my fresh air and my sunshine, but I do it all within this neighborhood. I don't actually go anywhere. I just walk around the neighborhood. Walk around the block a couple of times. I live in a rather secluded community of homes only, and there's sometimes when I go out to walk that there's not anybody in eyesight. Nowhere. And there's other times I'll be sitting in the front room working on something, mail or whatever, and there'll be 4 cars pass by in 10 minutes. So you never know. Alright, there's coin number 38. That's for Levels of Madness. Coin number 39. Coin number 39 will go to Adam Chambers. So who was at the show last night? Who ended up showing up to the roll sale last night? Did you like it? Was it good? You want another one? It's going to be a little while before I can do another one. Coin Junkie liked it. This Coin Junkie is a roll nut. Clog the Green had fun. Joe McBride. So you want to see me do another one, huh? You're wanting to clean me completely out of my roll inventory altogether? Take about 2 to 3 more shows, just like the one we had last night. Is it hard to get anything? Was it your internet connection? Was your connection slow? So I think if I remember correctly, you were kind of trailing behind most everyone. Levels, you were afraid to jump out there and feed with everyone else? That doesn't sound like you. Hey, look at that. 2 in a row. Levels madness again. Nuttin'. I ain't seeing nothing. Well, sorry, folks. I thought I'd run into a better roll. The best source for OBW rolls. For modern ones, the bank. For older ones, there really isn't a best source. I know a number of people who have OBW rolls. Some of them will sell to the public, some of them won't sell to the public. Generally, when I buy OBW rolls, I kind of use the gray sheet as my guide, and I'll typically pay double to triple the gray sheet price to get an original roll. You think you own stock now? Is it oil stock, by chance? Or are we talking about copper coin stock? Or are you talking about stock in a copper mine? You probably own enough copper to tin it out and build a house with it. Pabst Blue Ribbon from Brazil. Woohoo! Brazilian cerveza. Yeah, PBR. For sure. What was the one that I saw? See, I saw a, I think it was Olympia. I saw an Olympia beer can the other day. Made me laugh. Or, what was another one of the ones that's... Oh, I can't think of it now. Darn it. It was a national beer, but it was like one of the really, really cheap ones. I see, as if Budweiser is supposed to be some sort of, I don't know, high quality. I don't know. To me, all of it tastes the same. Yeah. It all kind of tastes like you wrung a dish rag out into a can and started drinking it. Pabst Blue Ribbon. Foster's. Foster's is Australian, supposedly. Thomas? No, the one I was thinking of, I think it was Old Style. I was thinking about, man, that's just, carries you back in time, you know? There was a while last year, that Miller Beer was running its commercials from, and the jingle that they had was the same jingle that they'd had since the 70s. And I remember hearing that very jingle on Sundays watching football. You'd have, what's his name? What's the guy? The guy's name who was with the Oakland Raiders for so long. And he'd be on there doing his Miller Beer commercial. And then it would go to the little jingle at the end of the commercial. If you've got the time, we've got the beer. Miller beer. That was so cool. Pee Wee Herman. Well, thank you, Majestic. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, my friend. I hope that wasn't for the singing, because if it was, you have horrible taste. But I think it came up before I started the singing. No, it wasn't Lal Alzado. So what's that coach's name? Madden. Yeah, John Madden. That's right. I had to think of the football game. Ooh, Old Milwaukee. Man, that's one I remember. That's horrible stuff. It's almost like natural light now. I remember when Coors beer was a big deal. Of course, it wasn't if you lived in the West, but if you lived in the East, Coors beer was a big deal. That was back during the Smokey and the Bandit times when people were smuggling it to the East. I still don't remember what the deal was on that. So I guess maybe they didn't pay for license to be sold in the East or something. I have no idea. All I know is that in the late 70s, it was really tough finding Coors beer east of Colorado. Yeah, Smokey and the Bandit. Junior, remind me, when we get home, I gotta slap your mother. Jackie Gleason, man, he was the best. Yeah, that was for Kelly Michaud, coin number 48. Now we're going on to coin number 49. Coin number 49, got two coins left in the roll. It looks like we're not going to find anything in this roll, because I would think that we would have already if we were going to. This is for Jim Fletcher. Got some relatively nice red coins in this roll. Got some not so nice coins too. Got no die varieties in this one. Jackie Gleason was a hit in my house when I was a little kid growing up. My dad loved him. Really liked his style of acting, I suppose. I've always been a Jack Nicholson fan. Jack Nicholson's always been one of my favorites. This is coin number 50. It's the last coin in the roll. And it appears as though we're going to end up cleaned out on varieties this time. And that's what I've got this time around. That's it. That's coin number 50, Eric Beyer. Last coin in the roll. Well, I do wish that we had done a little better with our 1971 roll. 1971 tends to be one of the years, it's a very hit and miss year. If you hit big. And probably most of the time you're going to miss. And it's just the way it works out. But there it is. And that's all we've got this time around. Don't forget, this evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, we're going to be opening the 1947D roll. 1947D is one of the two featured rolls for the week. It's going to be coin roll hunt number 120. If you had number 120 on your invoice, if I remember correctly, these were $9 a coin. If I remember correctly, $6, $9, something like that per coin. That's the 1947D. Now, you never know what we're going to end up finding there. There could be some nice RPMs in 1947D. So stop back by around 7 p.m. Eastern Time this evening. And that'll be the last roll for today. We'll have 2 rolls tomorrow, and then we'll have 2 rolls on Friday. So I appreciate it, folks. You guys have a great afternoon, and I'll see you this evening at 7 p.m.